means. We are using tools in our research. But today we are going to see plagiarism tools. Now, what is plagiarism in short? I think you have already learned about plagiarism in the previous lecture. Plagiarism of ethics and what is plagiarism. In that you must have learned about what plagiarism is exactly. So now we will see. Look, plagiarism is actually taken from a Latin word that is plagiarius. The Oxford Dictionary defines plagiarism as the practice of someone else's work or ideas passing them to one's own. Means what? That if you have done something, if you have done a research and I am doing the same kind of research, I am referring your research to get some ideas from your research. I am referring your research to get some ideas from your research. But I am not giving you any citation or I am not giving you any acknowledgement. Okay, but I copied your research. I took some text from your research. I took some paragraph from your research or few words or your idea of your research. I took it without any acknowledgement or without any citation. In short, copying means plagiarism. Okay, and giving citation means what?
Giving references.
Yeah. But now if he has a research and if I refer some text, the review of literature आपण काय करतो? We take it from somebody else's research. That review of research, when I take from his research and in the references, if I don't add his name even after copying his idea, and if I don't add his name in the references, that says that it is plagiarism. If I add his name in my references, it says that I am giving citation to him. I am giving an acknowledgement to him. So he gets a credit. He gets 1 mark. When you open your Google Scholar or if you open your research on if you have published the research, if he has published the research on Google or on Google Scholar or on Web of Sciences or in Scopus, if he has published the research, in front of his statement he will get citation 1 from me. Okay, because I have referred his research in my research. You understood what is citation and you understood what is plagiarism? Okay. Now, based on various dictionaries, a synthetic definition of plagiarism would be the wrongful appropriation and stealing and publishing. नुसतं steal करायचं नाही. After stealing, you will publish it on your own name. Some people, previously what they used to do, they used to steal the whole book. कॉपी टू कॉपी करायचं, त्याच्यातलं अर्ध कॉपी करायचं, त्याच्यातलं अर्ध कॉपी करायचं, त्याच्यातलं अर्ध कॉपी करायचं आणि 3-4 एकत्र करून स्वतःच्या नावावर पब्लिश करायची. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ inappropriate act, which is a wrongful act legally. So it's a wrongful appropriation and stealing and publishing of another author's language, thoughts, ideas or expressions and the representation of them as one's original work, saying that it is my original work. And before, we never used to find out whether he has copied from lakho researches असतात. There are billions of research and you will not come to know from where. If I have copied somebody from China, Google, if I have copied some research from a journal from China or Japan or from America somewhere, how you will come to know that I copied it exactly, it is the same or not? Before we never used to come to know that it is copied. But nowadays there are tools. Nowadays we have tools and we have new techniques to find out easily. If you sit on a computer, if you scan your research, immediately your scoring will come if you have copied it from anywhere in the world. Now there are 4 elements present in most definitions. The unattributed use of words, text, ideas or illustrations created by someone other than the author listed. Okay, so these are the elements. The attribution means what? Attribution means someone has already done it and you are taking the credit for it. The failure to credit the original writer or author in a manner appropriate to the communication. you are not giving credit to the person. Like I give credit to Riyaz, like that you are not giving credit to from whom you have copied. So that is another element. The third element is the implication that the plagiarist is the original author. Means you are saying that I am the original author. I have not copied from anybody, or I have not taken any text or same words from anybody else's research. The failure to obtain the original author consent. Also you have to take consent. Consent is nothing but a permission. You have to take permission from the author. If the author says that you cannot use his research without the consent or without giving citation. So you have to take permission also. आपण जेव्हा टूल घेतो, if you take some tool for research, you have to take permission from the one who has formed the tool. Any of these elements individually or collectively constitutes plagiarism. Anything from these elements, if you do any of these sort of things, it is considered as a plagiarism. The most common form of plagiarism in writing are the ghost writer, the photocopy writer, the potluck paper writer, and the self-stealer writer. Here in ghost writer, making a copy of another's works, word for word, means word to word, and verbatim, this without being of citing the original document. Like I told you, you don't give citation and you are copying word to word. That is called as a ghost writer, like a ghost. Same manus there, isn't it? So it is there. From the name you can understand it's a ghost writer. The second one is the photocopy writer. To make copy of significant portion of another's writing from one and single source without modification and acknowledgement to the source used. Photocopy means again you are making a copy of a significant portion. Significant portion means you are taking a text from the other's research and then you are not giving him any acknowledgement. That is the photocopy writer. Third one is the potluck paper. Like we have potluck dinner. What is potluck dinner? What is a potluck dinner? You don't know what is potluck dinner? So potluck dinner is nothing but from everybody's house you have to bring the food. Somebody will bring potato bhaji, palak bhaji or something like that. Somebody will bring something else. And at one place you will gather and all the food you will eat together by sharing the food. Means you are sharing the food from several different places. That is called as a potluck dinner. Now here potluck paper is something like that only. Potluck paper writer. It's an attempt of copying from several other sources. You are copying it from several different sources without giving them citation or without acknowledgement. With few changes, means you are making few changes here and there. You are copying the whole text, but you are making few changes here and there of paragraphs and sentences, retaining the original idea there. You are making changes, but the original thought, the original idea is still you have copied. That is potluck paper writer. The self-stealer writer. Okay, there is a self-stealer. Means you have already published your own research, and then you are stealing the text or a paragraph or the research from your own without giving citation to yourself. If you are not giving citation, if you have your own research before and you have copied the same text from the other research, that means you are stealing it from your own research without giving citation or without acknowledging to yourself. So that is called as self-stealer writer. Are you understanding? Now types of plagiarism. There are different types of plagiarism. That is copying and patchwork, paraphrasing plagiarism, unintentional plagiarism. Now you already know what is copying. So it's the most common type. To copy someone else's work and put your name on it is called as copying plagiarism. Somebody else's work and you are giving your name on it. आता आपण नवीन गाणी बघतो की नाही इंग्लिश जी गाणी असतात सेम टू सेम म्युझिक त्याचं घेतात आणि त्याच्यावरती हिंदी गाणी कॉपीराईट करतात. सो दॅट इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ प्लेगॅरिझम. पॅचवर्क मग त्याच्यावरती राईट्स वगैरे असतात, त्याला मग केस फाईल करतात अँड सो मेनी थिंग्स. दे हॅव फाईन्स फॉर दिस. Even if you take some scene or some particular photo of a person and if you put it in your movie, so that is also a kind of like you will not until and unless you get a consent from the particular director, if you get consent from the particular person, you should have consent and then only you can use their names or you can use their pictures or you can use their songs. So that is copying. Then patchwork plagiarism. Similar to copying and is perhaps the second most common type of plagiarism. It occurs when the plagiarizer borrows the phrases and clause from the original source and weaves them into his own writing without putting the phrases in quotation marks or citing the author. So patchwork plagiarism is nothing but when you are choosing or copying phrases and clause. Clause are nothing but this is something related to laws. So there are clause and there are phrases. If you have used in your research and if the plagiarizer or the one who is copying your research has copied it as it is without giving you a citation, that is called as a patchwork plagiarism. That is patchwork plagiarism मध्ये काय येते? Phrases and clauses. You are copying phrases and clause. Next is paraphrasing plagiarism. Paraphrasing plagiarism occurs when the plagiarizer paraphrases or summarizes another word without citing the source, even changing the words a little or using synonymous but retaining the author's initial thoughts, sentences, structure or style without citing the source is still considered as plagiarism. In here paraphrasing is what? We do most of the you know what is paraphrasing? तुमचं झालं रिसर्च कंप्लीट नाही झालं. So at the end तुमचा पण रिसर्च काय होणार आहे? It has to be given to check for plagiarism. मग तुम्ही जर का ॲज इट इज जर कॉपी केला असेल आणि ते आपण इथं आपल्याकडे आहे त्याचा ॲप, सो वी विल बी चेकिंग इट इन द ॲप. So if it is same to same, the words are same to same, and then what students do nowadays, they will do paraphrasing. इथं चेकिंगला आणायच्या आधी ते काय करतात? पॅराफ्रेझिंग ॲपवरती सगळा रिसर्च घालतात आणि मग त्याचे वर्ड्स सगळे चेंज होऊन येतात. सो द टेक्स्ट चेंजेस. इफ यू पुट वन सिंगल टेक्स्ट, it will change and it will come back to you. And when you put it for plagiarism, it will show that there is no copy. So even if you do this paraphrasing and if you don't give any citation, that is called as paraphrasing plagiarism. Next is unintentional plagiarism. Unintentional अर्थ काय?
Without
intention. Without any intention. Like she said, जाणून बुजून न केलेलं. हे बाकीचे सगळे आपण काय केलेले आहे? इंटेन्शनली केलेले आहे. But there is an unintentional plagiarism. Unintentional plagiarism occurs when the writer incorrectly quotes or incorrectly cites a source they are using. It is not used correctly. The name is not used. नाव दिलंय पण नाव करेक्ट वापरलं नाही, स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक केले, तर त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? अनइंटेन्शनल प्लेगॅरिझम. सायटेशन मिळत नाही त्यांना बिकॉज द नेम ऑर द वर्ड्स ऑर द स्पेलिंग इज रिटन इनकरेक्टली. सो इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज unintentional plagiarism. Now we have a plagiarism detection software. The anti-plagiarism software enables scanning of documents against billions of online sources. Like I told you, there are thousands, millions and billions of online research statements, researches, review of research articles, such as web pages, local database and database of journals, and periodicals and online scholarly publications, and similarity is generated to estimate the percentage of matches. The software tool looks matches a string of 8 to 10 words. So here what happens is there are many researches online. So you have to find out that your research matches exactly to somebody else's research. that shows that you have done a plagiarism or a wrong act. So it checks, this app checks each and every single line from your research. Your research is also a big one. So it will check each and every line. कुठं किती कॉपी केले, सेंटेन्स कॉपी केलं तर लगेच तिथं वन आपलं, फुल टेक्स्ट कॉपी केलं तर लगेच तिथं नंबर चेंज होत राहतो. इट कम्स इन रेड. ओके, सो व्हेन इट कम्स इन रेड इट शोज दैट you have copied it from somebody else's research. So that is the plagiarism detection software. It extracts the text portion and looks through them for matching words in phrases of a specified minimum length. So जर का सेम वर्ड्स आहेत का, सेम फ्रेजेस आहेत का, हे एक छोटे छोटे सेंटेन्सेस घेऊन मिनिमम लेंथची सेंटेन्सेस घेऊन ते चेक करत राहतो तो सॉफ्टवेअर. When it finds matching files that share enough words in a number of phrases, a report is generated which contains the document text with the matching phrases underlined or highlighted. So when it says that you have copied too much, then a report against you is generated that how much portion is copied. It is 10%, 50%, 70%, 80%, or how many percent you have copied from somebody else. It is any computer software, both proprietary and free software. It is we have both software that is proprietary, that is paid, and free software also, which helps to know the source of borrowed or stolen textual expressions in the new document, if any, and also counts the percentage of similarity between the suspect keys and the huge database of the anti-plagiarism software. So it will tell you how much you have copied and how much. So there are two kinds of apps, that is proprietary and free apps are also there. Now here this is a computer software actually. Some people have inbuilt software, some have what is called as cloud software. That is the software is inbuilt. It is inbuilt. It is an inbuilt software in your computers. So that is also there. And we have to take the software. Some people have to buy the software. That will also show how much plagiarism is done. Now the names of different softwares for anti-plagiarism are Turnitin, Urkund, Eve, iDenseer, Crosscheck, WCopyFine, and WordCheck. So these are the different softwares which checks the plagiarism. In India we use only two softwares, that is Urkund and Turnitin. Is this told to you in the different class? Yes. So this is actually the tool. These are the two different tools. The implement, that is by UGC is recommended. What is full form of UGC? University Grant Commission. Okay, so UGC recommended Urkund plagiarism checker. That is Urkund plagiarism tool, the anti-plagiarism tool developed by Prio Info Center (AB), being used by more than 250 universities and colleges in India and more than 3,000 institutes worldwide, like Europe, USA, US, Asia, and the Middle East parts. So Urkund is the software which is used mostly in India. Here 250 universities are using it. Nearly 250 universities and colleges are using, and that is recommended by University Grant Commission. Urkund enables checking of documents from three central sources areas are materials such as web pages, published materials in the form of journals, and other scholarly materials by large publication houses and previously submitted students' assignments. So Urkund covers most of the things. It covers web pages also, it covers published material also, it covers the journals also, it also covers the scholarly material which you publish on Google Scholar, and material by large publication houses and previously submitted assignments of students. So it is very useful and very easy to use. software mark text of thesis. It marks the text of thesis if copied 30 consecutive words from the writings of others, not acknowledged with quotation marks. So what it does, it marks 30 copied consecutive words. सारखे 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 आलेले 30 वर्ड्स ते एका ह्याच्यामध्ये आले की ते काय करतं, इट सेज दॅट यू हॅव डन अ लेक्चर. The other most used software in India is Turnitin. Plagiarism checker or plagiarism tool is another anti-plagiarism software cloud-based services developed by iParadigm to advance the student learning and evaluation. So here cloud-based is what? It gives. I told you it is an inbuilt. It makes your internet goes more faster. The speed increases, and it has got a inbuilt software that is iCloud. It keeps all your records, your what do you say backlogs, storage is there. So that is cloud-based services. It gives you cloud-based services. Turnitin gives you cloud-based services, and it is used by iParadigm. Now, what is Paradigm? It is set of ideas. We are finished with Paradigm. Okay, so that is these are set of different ideas to advance the student learning. This Turnitin is used to advance the students' learning and evaluating the students. Because it can store their assignments, their studies, whatever evaluation you have to do. Also, it refers to the plagiarism. Gives the plagiarism. The similarity checks for plagiarism shall exclude the following. All quoted work either falling under public domain or reproduced with all necessary permission and or attributions. Now what is an attribution? What is attribution? Attribution means, or attributed means, you believe that you have done something. You believe that something is done or it is done by somebody. Now if you have a glass, if you take a glass which is tipped with red color, लाल रंगाने एखादा ग्लास कलर केलेला आहे, तुम्ही त्याच्यातून बघितलं तर you will believe what you see. Somebody else is also looking at the same place, but he is not looking from the red tin glass. You will see something different. Your attribution towards the other side is different. The person who is looking is that is called as an attribution. You believe that you are watching or you have done something. Okay? So all quoted work either falling under public domain or reproduced with all necessary permission or attribution. So you have quoted the work which is under public domain. All of references, bibliography, table of content, preface and acknowledgements. Now these are all the similarity checks for plagiarism which will exclude these following points. Okay? So it is not going to do the plagiarism for references, bibliography, table of content, preface and acknowledgement. Heads up plagiarism check for nahi. This is going to exclude all small similarities of minor nature. छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टी असतात जे मायनर नेचर, म्हणजे रिसर्चमध्ये सगळ्या गोष्टी सेम, थोड्या गोष्टी सेम असतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हायपोथेसिस, फॉर एक्झाम्पल स्टेटमेंट इज द वर्ड विच कम्स एव्हरी नाव अँड देन. हायपोथेसिस इज द वर्ड विच कम्स इन एव्हरी रिसर्च. देन व्हॉट इज द थिंग? रिव्ह्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर. ह्या थोड्या गोष्टी, इंट्रोडक्शन, नीड ऑफ स्टडी, these are the things which are going to come again and again. These things are not plagiarized. It won't see in your scan. So it will exclude those things. All generic terms, laws, standard symbols and standard equations. This also it will not check these things also. म्हणजे काय, लॉज जर असतील, लॉज तुम्ही आहे तसेच घालणार ना, का तुम्ही चेक सेम प्लॅगॅरिझम होईल म्हणून तुम्ही नवीन लॉ तयार करणार का, किंवा तुमच्या विचारानं तो लॉ बदलणार का आणि घालणार का तिथं प्लॅगॅरिझम, तसं करू शकत नाही. सो दिस excluded. Symbols are also excluded. त्याचं प्लेगॅरिझम होणारच. प्लेगॅरिझम होणार म्हणजे सेम टू सेमच येणार. सिम्बॉल तुम्ही कुठलेच बदलू शकत नाही. सो these things are excluded during the time of plagiarism. The tolerance limit of plagiarism. Plagiarism किती करू शकता तुम्ही? किती टॉलरन्स लिमिट आहे? करू शकता पण सगळंच्या सगळं तुम्ही कॉपी पेस्ट करू शकत नाही. While evaluating the doctoral thesis in the universities in India, different prevailing tolerance limits for plagiarism have been found out for acceptance of plagiarism. Similarities percentage in thesis are, now we see the tolerance limit. Then you see, therefore the tolerance limit varies from 10 to 15% to maximum of 30% among various universities. Like how we check? We check it. You must have maximum of 9%, 7% पाहिजे. जास्तीत जास्त सगळ्यांचं 3%. एका मुलीचं इथं प्लेगॅरिझम आलं 0. She did not copy anything else. So it cannot never it will come 0 because I have already told you that there are some laws, there are symbols, there are phrases which you cannot change. That has to be copied. So it will never come 0. Okay. So the plagiarism maximum rate is 10 to 15%, and tolerance limit given by UGC is below 10. Tolerance limit by UGC is below 10%. Now, zero tolerance policy in core area. The core work carried out by the student, faculty, staff and researcher shall be based on original ideas and shall be covered by zero tolerance policy on plagiarism. In case plagiarism is established in the core work claimed, then plagiarism disciplinary authority, that is PDA, that is plagiarism disciplinary authority of the HEI shall impose maximum penalty. You will have to put some penalties. So this is zero tolerance policy in core area. The core work shall include abstract, summary, hypothesis, observations, results, conclusions and recommendations. Okay. So this is the policy that you have to, by the act of plagiarism disciplinary authority, you will have you will be imposed with the penalty. Now levels of plagiarism in non-core areas. Now these are the core areas where you will have like you saw abstract, summary, hypothesis. I already told you. So that is the zero policy core area, and this is plagiarism in non-core areas. So level 1 is similarities about 10% to 40%. Level 2 is similarities above 40% to 60%, and level 3 is similarities above 60%. But what UGC says or what Urdu says that you have to have less than 10%. And then you have to make changes. When you scan, when you check your plagiarism, it will show how much you have copied, how much you have copied. जर 30 ते 40 आलं, तुमचं 60 ते 80 आलं, तिचं एकदम 100% प्लेगॅरिझम आलं, 90% प्लेगॅरिझम आलं. So you will come to know how much you have to make changes in your research. Now there are challenges using anti-plagiarism tools. This is a disagreement on tolerance of plagiarism percentage accepted by Indian university. As per norms, most universities declared tolerance plagiarism limit up to 30%. So our limit is up to 30%. In our college, the limit is only 10%. So the limit is up to 30%, whereas few other universities allow tolerance limit in ranges of 15 to 25%. For the introduction and review of literature, uses the definition and common theories and mathematical equations are the common knowledge to earlier published literature may be plagiarized to certain extent. Now there is a disparity. Disparity means what? Disparity in calculating the similarity index index while scanning the thesis and research paper by the recommended Urkund anti-plagiarism tool if comparing with other similar software tool like Turnitin. Disparity is, it is not a union or it is not similar, they are different. Disparity हा शब्द कुठं ऐकला तुम्ही? फरक आहे. डिस्पॅरिटी तरी पण कुठं ऐकलाय गायडलाईनमध्ये हा शब्द? कुठं? डिस्पॅरायुनिया किंवा डिस्प्युट कोण नाही गायडलाईनचे स्टुडंट्स? ओके. So disparity is there is a difference between the two things or two tools. There is no union or they have different ideas like Urkund and Turnitin. So what Urkund has says it is from 5% and Turnitin says it is 90%. 90% म्हणजे काय? 90% they are clear. 5% means they are 5% clear. म्हणजे हे वरून सुरू करतात, हे खालून सुरू करतात. ओके. An anti-plagiarism software tool is able to process only English language, and there are also many universities in India which have provisions to submit the doctoral thesis in the languages other than English. So here what that's our tool. आपले दोन tools आहेत जे इंडिया वापरत आहे, UGC granted tools आहेत जे एक्सेप्टेड आहे. तुम्ही पब्लिकेशनला तुम्हाला कधीच प्रॉब्लेम येणार नाही जर त्याच्यामध्ये प्लॅगियरिझम केला तर. हे टूल्स कुठले आहेत? दोन, Urkund and Turnitin. These are the two different tools. Now these tools what it does, they will scan only if your language of thesis is English. But there are so many universities which allows other languages than English, like Marathi असेल, हिंदी असू शकते, तमिळ असू शकते, तेलुगू. There are so many different universities. They will not check this other language thesis. So Turnitin and Urkund both are unable to for search for plagiarism detection in Indian language. Plagiarism detection software merely understands on double quotation marks and excludes the text during scanning that are quoted in quotation marks which are not commensurate with citation rules set by the typical citation styles and guides. So here plagiarism detection in these two double quoted words और डबल कोटेशन मार्क्स जर असतील म्हणजे सेम टेक्स्ट दोनदा तुम्ही कॉपी केले, इकडं पण सेमच कॉपी केले, तोच टेक्स्ट परत तुम्ही मागच्या कन्क्लुजनमध्ये कॉपी केला किंवा तोच टेक्स्ट तुम्ही रिव्ह्यू ऑफ लिटरेचरमध्ये जर कॉपी केला तर तो परत परत स्कॅन होत नाही. नाउ अवॉइडिंग प्लॅगियरिझम. Every single instance of using phrases and ideas that are not your own must be acknowledged. How you will avoid plagiarism? Plagiarism तुम्ही कसं अवॉइड करू शकता? कसं करू शकता? You have to give proper citation, you have to give proper acknowledgement, you have to give credit to the particular person, you have to add his name in the references, you have to give the citation. This is how you are going to avoid plagiarism. Let's see what it is in the bookish language. Every single instance of using phrases and ideas that are not your own must be acknowledged by giving the name of a person who first expressed every concept or thought that which is mentioned in your text. So you have to acknowledge the person. आपलं पहिलंच पान असतं acknowledgementचं. नुसतं citation किंवा reference देणं बरोबर हे पण आहे. citation म्हणजे reference मध्ये तुम्ही त्यांचं नाव घालणं. But if you have a guide, so all the ideas, all the thoughts are from your guide. Are you going to put his name in the references? No. But when you put his name on the paper of acknowledgement, statistician is there. Your statistics is done by your statistician. Are you going to give his name in the reference? No. But you have to put his name in the acknowledgement, isn't it? So that is how you will avoid the plagiarism. So you are going to refer the persons who have helped you or who have given you some ideas, or you have to give them the acknowledgement by giving the name of a person who has first expressed your concept or they have expressed the thoughts in front of you. When someone's words are directly quoted, always place their words in the quotation mark. Longer quotation which you should try to avoid or use sparingly should be blocked to make them stand out clearly. Okay, so longer quotations are there. You should try to avoid using longer quotations. Use sparingly means what? Use it less. It should be blocked otherwise to make them understand out to stand out clearly. This means indenting and single spacing the entire quotation, also using a smaller typeface if you wish. If trying to express another's words or ideas by paraphrasing them, use your own words. It is not enough simply to change the words, orders, or to substitute one or two words only. So if you want to copy something or if you want to copy somebody's ideas, what you have to do? You have to put it in your own words without copying it as it is. More lengthy material can be summarized in one's own style. Now review of literature is there. You have to copy a very long text. Again, copying it as it is. Copy, paste should not be done. You have to go through the research, you have to go through the review of literature, you have to find out, you have to make a note of your own words. But changes of numbers or changes of statistics should not be done. Numbers, statistics, it's the same appraisal. But you have to put it in your own words. So that is how you will do. Do not repeat the author's own words without replacing or placing them in the quotation marks. Whenever using your own words to express the ideas of someone else, you must still quote the source, even though you then do not have to use the quotation marks. It is important to keep a list of full details of all the references that might be used as you go along and you think that you will be able to do the citation at the last minute, as you are bound to lose track of some of the things that you have done. Okay, so what you have to do? You should not miss the track. Most of the time what happens? Maybe you are not informed that you have to make the references. So when you make the references, आपल्याला शेवटी रेफरन्सेस जर केले तर आपल्याला लक्षात राहत नाही की आपण कुठला लिटरेचर किंवा कुठला टेक्स्ट कुठल्या रिसर्चमधून घेतला. कधी कधी आपल्या लक्षात असतंय पण ती वेबसाईट आपल्याला परत सापडत नाही. खूप शोधायला लागते पण ती वेबसाईट. सो व्हॉट आर यू गोइंग टू पुट इन द रेफरन्सेस? So beforehand only, when you get review of literature, when you are going to take some text from somebody's literature in your own words, that time only you have to write down or make a list of the references. And then you are putting numbers also. So one number is a text hai, that's a references to me, manga. So you know Venkya style, how to put it into Venkya style. Everybody knows that. Everybody is told by their guides that you have to mark it just before when you start doing the review of literature. If you do it in the end, you will not find anything. आणि सगळे नंबर वर खाली होणार आणि सगळं कॉम्प्लिकेशन कन्फ्युजन होतंय. त्यामुळे पहिल्यापासूनच सुरुवातीपासूनच तुम्ही रेफरन्सेस व्यवस्थित द्यायला पाहिजे. वाय यू हॅव टू राईट द रेफरन्सेस प्रॉपरली? सायटेशन मिळायला पाहिजे. इफ आय एम गोइंग टू सुझन्स रिसर्च, इफ आय सी द रेफरन्स, मी कॉम्प्युटरवरती गुगलवर टाईप केलं तो रेफरन्स आणि मी क्लिक केलं तर मला बरोबर काय मिळालं पाहिजे? तिनं जो कॉपी केला किंवा तिचा जो टेक्स्ट आहे, जो शी हॅव चेंज इन हर ओन वर्ड्स, आय शुड फाइंड इट इमिडिएटली. जर का तुम्ही कन्फ्यूज झाला, रेफरन्सेस चुकीचे घातले, वर खाली जर झाले आणि इकडे तुम्ही टाईप केला तर गुगलवरती तुमचा तो टेक्स्ट दिसणार नाही. So you have to be careful beforehand only, make the list of references so that you will not miss any citation for the author. Information from a wide range of electronic sources is increasingly used in academic writing, and references to such sources should be included in list of sources cited in the written text. So electronic sources are also there. You can make a list over there. Now the penalties. Penalties are nothing but punishments. So what are the different punishments which will be given if you do the plagiarism? Plagiarism is already a wrongful act, so it should have some punishments. So penalties in the cases of plagiarism shall be imposed on students pursuing studies at the level of UG, PG, Masters, MPhil or PhD, and also faculty. Faculty should also have a penalty. Whoever publishes the research, whoever publishes his research in the journal, Web of Sciences, wherever, where people are going to read. If it is same to same, if it is copied, you will have a penalty. But though he is a teacher, principal, faculty, whoever he is. Okay. Now the penalties for students, level 1. Similarity is about 10 to 40% if it is there. आता आपण अलावच करत नाही. आपल्या युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये आपण पब्लिश करायलाच अलाव करत नाही. But if he has published it somewhere else privately, and if the similarity is above 10 to 40%, such students shall not be given any mark or credit for the plagiarized script and shall be asked to submit a revised script within a stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. So he again has to revise the research. Level 2, similarities above, what is that? 100%, 60%?
48.
48.
48.
Such students shall not be given any mark or any credit for the plagiarized script and shall be asked to submit the revised script after a time period of 1 year but not exceeding 18 months. So they have to do the research again, or they have to submit the script again. In level 3, similarities above 60%, such students shall not be given any mark or credit for the plagiarized script and registration for the course should be cancelled. This course only has to be cancelled. Now penalties for faculty, staff and researcher. Similarities above 60 to 40.
Slide
What is that?
10 to 40.
10 to 40%. It shall be asked to withdraw manuscript submitted from publication and shall not be allowed to publish any work for a minimum period of 1 year. So त्यांची काय करतात, manuscript is not taken for publication and then he has to publish his work again after a minimum of 1 year. Level 2, similarities above 40 to 60%. It shall be asked to withdraw manuscript submitted for publication and shall not be allowed to publish any work for a minimum of 2 years. And shall be, means he cannot publish that same manuscript नाही तरी publishच करायचा नाही. That is the punishment. So you are lacking by one whole research or 2 researches in every year. If we are publishing 2 researches every year, teachers in our college we are submitting or publishing 2 researches. One is departmental research and another one is the our own research or research which is done by the MSc students or PYPSc students. But we have to pay the amount, like it is 80,000 or something if you are doing it in the Scopus. So here what we have to do, you will not, if you are showing the plagiarism, you will not publish research for 2 years. If you are not publishing research for 2 years, you are back with how many researches? 4 researches. नाही नाही, पण टोटल आपल्याला युनिव्हर्सिटी सारखी विचारते किती रिसर्च पब्लिश केले. बाकीच्यांचे 12 होणार, तुमचे 9च असणार. दो बिकॉज यू हॅव प्लेगराइज्ड or you have copied content from somebody else's. Level 3, similarities above 60 to 100% shall be asked to withdraw manuscript submitted from publication and shall not be allowed to publish any work from the minimum period of 3 years and shall be denied the right to do 2 successive annual increments. त्यांचे increments has to be hold. So 2 वर्षाचे increment hold करण्यात येतात and 3 वर्ष they should not publish a research and shall not be allowed to be a supervisor to any UG, PG, Master's, MPhil, PhD student for a period of 3 years. So these are the punishments which are to be given by to a faculty if there are plagiarized form. Okay. So that was all about tools and technique. Understood? I hope you have understood. Not 100%, but at least 60% of it. You know what is Urdu, now you know what is student time, and then hope you will do it.
Okay.
attendance. आधी तुम्हाला इथिक्स आहे काय?
प्लॅगॅरिझम आणि एथिक्स.
त्याच्यामध्ये रुल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स